All right, everyone, welcome to the Nuts coverage of the Sim 500 and their Midnight Thunder Series first race of 2022. In the booth here tonight is Matt from Extreme Sim TV and my co-host, the one, the only AJ Capola, back in the booth again as we get ready for some more Sim 500 racing action, AJ.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've covered Sim 500. It is glad to be back, and we are at the Nashville Super Speedway. I have yet to run this track, but for what I'm watching, it looks like a difficult surface to run on, Matt.
It is not a, I'll be honest, it's not a bad track. It's not a great track. It's a weird track. There's a lot of braking for a 1.5 mile over here at Nashville, getting down in the corners. I happen to be pretty quick here. However, I'm not like the best. I've seen better, but this place is a little bit tricky just in how it races, AJ.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the awesome drivers of Sim 500 and their Midnight Thunder series get around here. This will be my first race watching or commentating at Nashville Super Speedway, and Cortland Herman is saying it's a track that takes a lot of learning. And Matt, can you agree with that?
100%. This is not one of your typical 1.5 mile race tracks. You have to really, I don't want to say the word drive it, because you have to drive everywhere, but you really have to be on top of what both you and the truck are doing when you come to this place, because if you are not, this place will reach up and slap you right across the face. It's that type of racetrack. By the time you realize you're in trouble, it's already too late, pretty much, is the way I'd put it.
Yeah, I've been watching practice and now qualifying for about 45 minutes. It was an hour-long practice.
Right.
I've seen a lot of drivers get really tight out of turn 4 and just pound that outside wall. Do you expect that at all during the race, or do you think once we hit race conditions that people might be a little more cautious?
You know, getting up into that outside wall, especially turn 4, that's kind of a thing that I've seen a lot of here. When I ran here, it gets really tight in a hurry. The truck tends to just take off. And by the time you realize it again, you're just too late and you're trying to cut that thing back down. It won't turn and you're just, it's a handful.
Like I'm watching Bobby Wetzel right now. He got really tight out of turn 2 and hit the wall. Pretty much gets rid of his lap, and he's just saying, I'm guessing, done with qualifying.
He's like, yeah, I'm done with it for now. He's going to go back out there. But again, it's not a surprising thing to see trucks taking off and not getting what they want out of it here at this place. Because again, it will, as we said and mentioned, it will reach up and it will grab you in such a hurry that it ain't even funny. As you see qualifying going to come to an end here. And it looks like, what do we got? Trey on top of the board, AJ?
Yeah, Trey Edison is P1, and outside P2 is the 19 of Tyler Dalton. Matt, I'll let you take the rest of the field.
Oh, mine is showing me Randy outside the top 2, so that is not at all right. So we'll let him get straightened out here on pit road, and once we do that, we'll run it down. But man, Trey doing a great job grabbing the pole here in that number 5 machine. Again, I think saving the truck from turn 4, that's going to be the major thing you're going to have to do here tonight. As you see Trey wind up, we're going to let everybody get gridded up. That way we got a proper grid. You see all the way back through here. We got about 30 trucks out there. Again, another great lineup of trucks here for the second time in a row tonight.
Yeah, we had our Pony Express, their truck race at Charlotte just conclude probably about less than an hour ago, and now we took a nice jet ride over to Nashville Super Speedway, and we're running a Sim 500 race now on the Extreme Sim TV YouTube.
Yeah, so I mean, As we get ready to go, you see it is indeed Tyler Dalton in second. Even though it's scoring on my end, Randy is not in second. Not sure why Randy got put in P2, but he did. As you see the 5 to 41 to 12 right there outside that third row. Man, just so many great drivers here tonight. So, AJ, what's your thoughts here as we get ready for 100 laps? You know that you're going to have to take care of the truck here. If you're up front like a Tyler Dalton, like the 5 machine is a Trey, are you happy with where you're starting? Is that the key to victory lane tonight? Or is there some other things that you're going to have to take into consideration?
Well, I honestly, when it comes to concrete racetracks, protecting the tires is big. You don't want to burn them off at the beginning of a run. It looks like the fuel limit is 75%, so we're gonna have a decent enough run. All the trucks get 4 sets of tires. There are no fast repairs and no incident DQ limits. So honestly, for what Cortland says, and thank you for blowing up our chat with knowledge about this place, so we really appreciate it. He said a major thing about this track would be making sure not to overdrive the corners. These corners are very tedious, and I
100% agree.
Yep, but we are about to go green here.
Here we go. We're going to go green here tonight. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. 100 laps. Is your distance, AJ Capola, Matt in the booth. We're rolling here in Nashville into turn number 1. Everybody going to funnel down. We're going to watch mid-pack around some of these trucks here. Lucas back here side by side. Down the back straight away they go, AJ.
Yeah, you have the 5 and the 19 pretty much following each other's tire tracks, but for third, it's that 8 of Randy Yoakum and the 26 of EJ O'Rourke. They can't figure out who wants to be P3 at the moment, so they're just going to battle side by side as I say that.
O'Rourke able to clear. Yoakum back, look back here around Anthony Moore, back here in the 82, running 11th. Doughwood right there side by side with him. Great battle there, tight off of turn number 4. Here they come down the front straightaway once again, AJ. Great racing mid-pack. Again, this is with the Woods. Anthony Jose right there as well, I believe.
Yeah, Anthony Monroe, for what we're being told in chat, is a driver out of the High Side Motorsports. So good looking
82.
out there for seeing who's on what team. Christopher Porter is asking, hey Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Christopher, buddy. I'm doing okay. And I noticed Anthony had a little bit of a blinking issue there for a moment.
Yeah, he's still having that blinking issue, and it's Christopher Potter. I apologize, not Porter.
As you take a look, Tyler Dalton right there in the 19 truck, still setting P2 behind Trey, trying to get the Trey right now. Again, pretty simple math tonight. 150 miles is what we're going to turn over the next, about 48 minutes if this goes green. Which, with this league, I would not be shocked, AJ. They're known to go green at long stints of time.
Yeah, they are. But like you have told me, like Cortland has said, this is a very difficult racetrack, and it eats tires. With your, I don't want to say expertise, because you could always learn when it comes to these races and new racetracks and tire models. What would be your best way to preserve those tires as we're watching the battle around the track?
For me personally, higher steering ratio. Put that steering ratio to about 14 to 16 to 1. Go ahead and give yourself probably some positive steering box offset. Help with the turning of the tires up front. Try to brake early. Try to let the truck roll a lot. Don't try to put a lot of pressure. The tires don't like when you're trying to do 3 to 4 things at one time. try to brake with your tires nice and straight. Roll through the corner. Try to your best to come straight up off. You know, just simple things, little bits add up over 150 miles. See the trucks right now running down the back straightaway right now. That is going to be Doug in the 29 truck we're looking at. Meanwhile, up front, Dalton has dropped about 2/10 off of race leader Trey, AJ.
Yeah, is that normal? With fall off, like we're 8 laps in, we're about, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5/10 off of what we qualified at.
Yeah, this for here, yeah. You're going to see that it's going to hit a peak to where it really won't drop much more. Probably when we get down to the 31 4s and 5s, you'll see it kind of slow down on the drop off. But right now, you're still wearing them out, and it wears them out quick. Courtney alluded to it, and I'll bring it up again. This track will just absolutely demolish the tires on these trucks all night long.
Not Courtney, Cortland.
Portland, excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Hey, it's the Midnight Thunder series. Who knows what you're going to hear, right? I may be delirious by the time this thing's over. Who knows?
Well, I always knew you were crazy, but that's besides the point.
Right now, Randy Yoakum sitting right there in 7th. Jerry West. Let's touch in on Jerry West right now. He's been around that 18th to 20th position. And really back here around Jerry West is where a lot of the action is right now for the Sim 500 Midnight Thunder series here going off in 2022. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a lot of fun here as they work through turns 3 and 4. All the way back to 18th. Good battling around the racetrack.
Yeah, they are really close together, and as you said that, the 86 of Jerry West almost goes hard into the outside wall coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, that was very tight. Now again, turn 4 was the problem during the what we seen earlier on.
It looks like they're about to go 3 wide for 17th right now.
Oh my goodness, 3 wide here is not going to work, folks.
No, they settled it for 2 wide. Right now, Jerry West is kind of picking the driver he wants to help out with the draft. As they enter turn 1, he's going to stick mid-lane and then cut underneath to get right behind the 25 of Chris Sawyer.
Yeah, great little race here in 17th. You're not missing anything up front right now. Tyler Dalton still follows Trey by about 2/10 of a second right now, AJ.
Yeah. They're still running in each other's tire tracks at the moment, so when something happens, we will get you to the action. But right now, it's a nice battle for 16th.
Yeah, great battle. 4, 5, 6 trucks all in that battle. And it appears to me, as they work by the 57, almost contact with West trying to sneak through there. With Dustin German behind him, they're trying to pick up some running spots here. Mid-pack, 86 to go. Meanwhile, back up front, our friend Tyler Dalton continues to be just behind. Trey, that's your top 2 with EJ O'Rourke right there as well.
For the most part, the whole field is single file right now, but there are drivers attempting to make some passes. Hamish Gallagher is in that 22 Toyota Tundra, and he is really trying to get by Randy Yoakum.
Yoakum holding him up a little bit right now.
There he goes, shooting to the inside. I think that might have actually just been Yoakum saying, all right, you're faster.
He's like,
see you later.
See ya. I'll let you go.
He also might lose a position to Josh Mitchellmore.
Mitchellmore trying to look for a way by as well. Brett Murphy right there as well.
To the inside of the 8.
Who do you think is kind of your favorite in this series right now? We know Tyler Dalton from the Super Late Models. He did very well in Super Late Models last year, right? Nice setting right there in second. You think Tyler's one of your favorites?
Well, Tyler's always a favorite. E.J. O'Rourke is always a favorite. honestly, outside of all these names, I would honestly say put those two at the top. But right now, 16 laps in, Trey Edison is saying, all right, well, I might not be pulling away that much, but
he's just keeping it.
I'm leading.
He's keeping it going, that's for sure.
I think Tyler Dalton might have smacked the wall. He is losing quite a bit of time.
Tyler Dalton smacked the outside wall as we continue to work through this opening of it. How odd is it? Really?
O'Rourke got by him too.
Oh, how odd is it, AJ? If you think about it this way, let's look at it another way. To open up the season at a place like Nashville, in comparison to most places leagues open seasons, a little bit different of a racetrack.
Honestly, I kind of like this. With our Pony Express guys, they started their season off at 2008's Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
And I enjoy different, and this is by far very different and kind of like a breath of fresh air.
Well, let's look at this series for just a moment. Racing on track right now. So we open up in Nashville, AJ. Next week we go to Daytona, Kentucky for week 3, and Atlanta, all in the first 4 races. A very diverse set of racetracks.
Yeah, and they're all racetracks that, yeah, they could be mile and a half, short tracks. You know, they're tracks that do test a driver's ability. Like, Look at Atlanta. Hell, look at here. You know, outside of it being a 1.33 mile track, you're using the brake, you're using a lot of off throttle time to make the car turn, you're trying to preserve tires and fuel. There's a lot of stuff that goes on at certain tracks that aren't just be like, all right, it's a mile and a half, just cut the wheel left, straighten it back out, cut the wheel left, straighten it back out. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we're seeing some awesome racing so far. Christopher Potter agrees as well.
Yeah. And you look at this, and here's one thing I'll say with Atlanta looming right for this series. We go to Atlanta here pretty soon as we look at Trey here out front in the 5. That might be the last chance we get to see the old Atlanta before, unfortunately, it's axed for what is the new Atlanta, which is going to be a mini Daytona Talladega.
They might legacy it, I hope, because I really very much enjoy the old Atlanta now, but I'm currently still watching Tyler Dalton in the 19. Him and Mike Kelly in the 2 both got really close to that wall, if not tail slapping it a little bit.
Yeah, and that's something you gotta watch for. She's getting so close to that wall, right, that you reach up there and you smack it a little bit. But normally, if you hit it square with the right side, as we got a battle right here behind them, it's going to be the 31 and the 12. That's Josh Micklemore and Mr. Scott Simley right there, a double file for position. But normally, if you hit the wall nice and square, it doesn't do nearly the amount of damage as if you hit it kind of off angle. Go ahead.
Tyler Dalton well out of the gas there. He's going to lose a position to Mike Kelly.
There goes Kelly. Maybe the tires have absolutely gone away on the 19 ride of Tyler Dalton. Tyler Dalton starting to lose ground here with 77 on the 77 laps to go. And believe it or not, buddy, we've been burnt through about 25 of these laps. So a quarter of this race go.
Been very fast already. And I'm just throwing this out there. I'm going through the leaders' lap times. They qualified at a 30.1 for pole, and Trey Edison is going to pass the line right here, and his lap time has fallen off almost about 2 seconds. It's looking at, just under 2 seconds.
Does that surprise you at all, bud?
No, not at all. These concrete tracks, no matter where you are, have a lot of fall off.
Well, buddy, I hate to do this to you, but I have got to step away for just a moment because we've been on air for almost, since about 9 o'clock tonight. So I got to step away because I did not take a break during the between races. I was getting ready for this one, so I'm going to step away for about a minute, and I'll be right back, folks. enjoy Mr. AJ's radio call, because unfortunately he cannot change the cameras. But I'll leave it up to you, bud. Have fun radio calling for a minute.
All right, everybody. Well, I am captain now. As Matt puts the headset down, I can actually say that. But for right now, I am currently watching Trey Edison, but there is a very good battle for 7th place right now between the 31 of Josh Mitchell-Moore and the 12 of Scott Smiley. And right behind Scott Smiley, Brett Murphy is right on the back end of the 12 machine and looking to his inside as they enter turn 1 out of turn 2. Still looking to his inside. No. Cuts back right behind the 12. If he's going to make a pass, he's going to need to make a pass soon, because that 30 car of Jose Gonzalez is literally on his back bumper. Here comes the 30 car up to the 64 of Brett Murphy as they enter turn 1 here. A little bit of a separation behind the 12 of Scott Miley. This is one of the biggest battles on the racetrack right now, but it looks like they're going to stay right around each other. Let's go back to, it looks like 12th and 13th place with Doug Newbringing. He is being completely followed by Jerry West in the 86. Oh, not Jerry West. Dustin German. I only see the iRacing results screen that refreshes after each lap. That 17 car of Dustin German is heading right underneath that 70 machine of Doug Newbringing. Currently hear Matt in the background doing absolutely something. Randy Yoakum is now right behind that 70 vehicle as they enter turn 1. That 70 of Doug is losing spots. Not very fast, but he is going backwards.
Alrighty, and I'm back, AJ.
All right. Apparently you are captain now. Christopher Potter really enjoyed the Captain Phillips reference. I happen to love Tom Hanks.
Right now, that 5 machine's still leading. Don't know exactly where you left off there, bud, but he is out 2.1 second lead.
I was following a couple battles throughout the whole field, but we actually have a really good battle with Rich Jet in the 20th position and Lucas Strayer.
Alrighty, let's head over and check it out.
They were side by side for about 2 laps there.
Well, the cat was trying to change the cameras for you. She just couldn't figure out where to put her paws to do it.
It happens, and of course, when I send you to a battle, the battle subsides.
Well, right in front of them, though, they're getting after it. I think that's Spencer involved in that little bit of battle. And I also just saw at the edge of my screen a couple of trucks headed to pit road. AJ, we're down to 69 laps to go, dude. Rip roaring through this race.
Yeah, we are going through this race very fast. I wouldn't be surprised if some people further back in the pack, but still within striking distance, try to undercut the leaders here.
Yeah, and I think Trucking Fridays is going to be a lot of fun all year.
I hope so, dude. I really enjoy calling races, and I am checking to make sure about pit stops, because that might have just been one car on pit road.
Now, there may have been one car.
It might have just been one car. Anthony Monroe and Dustin German looks like they might have stopped for pits.
Tell you what, one truck that's falling off like a rock is Tyler Dalton in that 19 truck. He is absolutely dropped to like a stone to 5th.
Yeah, he's sitting in 5th, about 4 seconds plus back. I'll give you a better time on how far he is back once he crosses the line and it refreshes. It is looking to actually cut it back about a 10th.
He's trying to recover, but he did lose some ground. there for a little bit, AJ, as we continue our way through 66 laps to go in this one, man. Oh man, what a night already, buddy.
Yeah, it was a very eventful night. I wish I had a little more preparation for the Sim 500 guys, and 31 of Josh Mitchell is sitting on pit road.
Everybody almost on pit road there.
Here they come. Here comes the 03 and the 98.
Coming down. And let's take a look, as we got cars on pit road, and I'll let you monitor that. Let's take a look back at some of the champions out of this Midnight Thunder that we've got. Brian Macklin taking away segment 1 of 2021. Segment 2 of 2021 with the Tyler Dalton here in the Midnight Thunder. So Tyler Dalton defending. Wait, I got to do it right. I got to do it the right way here. You're reigning and defending Midnight Thunder champion.
All right. You know how we were talking about Tyler Dalton and his tires, that he might have worn him up? Well, here is his chance once again on fresh tires to see if he can kind of protect them a little bit and not fall back like he did. He was very strong at the beginning of the run, but maybe 10 to 12, maybe 15 tops laps, he started losing ground and got passed by a couple guys.
And that is the way they run right now. And again, this series, AJ, this series started way back in 2017. Think about that. So, wow. Yeah, it's been around a while. I
wasn't even thinking about iRacing back then.
I've got to get with Joey on that as far as the lineage of it. I think I wanted to say he said he started it on NR 2003.
Okay.
I think is what he said. I'm not 100% correct, but more cars on pit road, including Hamish Gallagher coming down pit road.
Giving the lead to the 30 of Jose Gonzalez.
Jose out front leading the way. And that is one of the main reasons why we picked Sim 500 back up. They're immaculate record keeping. Like, the amount of records these guys keep is insane.
So for everybody watching, and while we're doing pit stops and there's really not a lot on track, if you have not yet, hit that like button, subscribe to Extreme Sim TV, because we will be covering I think 2 races for Sim 500, right?
Yeah, 2 events. We'll be covering both Friday and Saturday, and who knows, right? Who knows? We'll leave it at that. You just never know, right?
You never really do. We seem to show up in a lot of places.
60 laps in the books right now. Jose out front has not pitted as of just yet, so he's still riding around with the race lead in that 30 truck at the moment.
EJ O'Rourke unlaps himself in about a little bit. Right there, Tyler Dalton is going to go and try to unlap himself.
So a note on Mr. Tyler Dalton, if you want me to touch on it there, Mr. AJ Capola. So Tyler Dalton across the league right now has 21 wins league-wide, and if he can get one more, he'll be tied for 14th overall with the most wins in the league. So he'll be tied for 14th wins overall.
Oh, wow.
The most wins in the league still stands at all time with Daniel Fulkingham at 98. And that's across all series.
So, Matt, with that, most of our leaders pitting, do you agree with what Jose Gonzalez or Rich Jett or Derek Stanley are doing and staying out for this long of a time?
No, not at all. Not here. Your tires are pretty much tomato paste at this point.
Now, the only thing I can see where this helps is, outside of them just getting a caution here, getting a late race caution, and if they're on the lead lap and they have an extra set of tires while other people do not.
Yeah, that is going to be... Here is
he is 2.5 seconds off the pace. And it looks like he's coming to pit road now.
But Captain Sir, the amount of time that you lose on old tires, I don't care how much you make up on fresh. Yes, you may have a fewer lap when it cycles out. You're not going to make that amount up, Captain. You're losing way too much time per lap.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, if there is a late race caution and they are on the lead lap, they have a chance to get fresh tires while everybody else has to be on 20 plus laps of tires. And that could make a big difference.
It can, but you're gambling at that point.
Well, I think racing is all gambling.
I agree with Mr. Potter, my longtime viewer down there. You cannot stay old tires. You will pay the price.
And he was out there really long.
I understand what my co-host is saying, and I've tried that before, but every time I've tried that, that strategy has come back to kick me in the butt, per se.
It has worked for me probably like 3 times in my whole iRacing career. It did not come away with a win, but it did come away with a very good finish.
And I'll tell you what, how cool, can I just point out, really the first few broadcasts of 2022, to have Mr. Potter in the chat once again, so cool. He has been around with us for a very, very long time. And I definitely want to recognize Mr. Potter, man. Christopher, bud, you've really been around a while, bud. See, I get all teary-eyed when I say stuff like that. 'Cause it's cool, dude. But let's take a look here. You're looking at these top 3 trucks out there in Derek Stanley, Doug, and Rickon back there, who have all stayed out 47 laps on these old tires. This is a very, very rough ideal, I would say. I just don't agree that type of strategy is going to work. I feel like I feel like Jimmy Spencer. I'm going to start giving the crying tale.
I can see where you and Christopher are coming from, but the thing is, if you're going to be in the back of the pack anyway, the only way you're going to do something is if you try something that the leaders aren't doing.
Oh, so you're Larry Mack now. All right, I got you. You're Larry McReynolds. Try something they don't do. I got you, Larry Mack.
I wish I had that money, though.
Larry Mack's the best crew chief of all time. What are you talking about?
For the most part, yeah.
Hey, you can't go against America's crew chief.
I'm not. I'm going by statistics.
Jerry West right there in the top 8 right now. Look at Jerry hanging tight there in the top 8 in that number 86 SSR machine. And one truck on pit road now is smoking the tires. Looks like he was smoking pork down there coming to the pit road, bud. Man, oh man, Trey Edison, Elson out front, EJ O'Rourke in second, Mike Kelly in third.
So before pit stops started, I just throwing this back out there because I'm still watching the 30 of Jose Gonzalez. Before pit stops started, he was sitting in 13th position. He is already back up to 15th and clicking off at still about a second faster than our leaders.
But I tell you what, as they continue to fight through this race with 50 to go here, Trey out front, EJ O'Rourke and Mike Kelly, your top 3 here.
Cortland, my name is AJ. I was just being called Captain Phillips because of the reference I made.
Hey, we can call you Captain Phil. New name for AJ, Captain Phil. Oh, Jerry West right now in 9th. Woods right there in 8th in the 07 machine. Right now, double file as they work their way through. 48 laps to go. Here already 50% through this opening round at Nashville on the big speedway. The fairground's not too far down the road from this place. We were at the fairgrounds just the other night, AJ.
Yeah, I've never seen the fairgrounds before, and man, is that a tight short track? And I think it were trucks we were calling too.
Yeah.
And they put on a hell of a show as well.
2 times out, the Extreme Sim TV truck showed up to Nashville in the Tennessee area this week. Trey out front though by 2.47 over the race leaders right now, and that continues to be the same. The 360 is that Mountain Dew on the truck? I don't know. 360 OTC on that race leader's truck. That was Mountain Dew. Portland says, I'll give you a new name every stream. There we go.
That can go a bunch of different ways.
They're coming to 45 laps to go. Trey may have played the strategy right now. He leads Mike Kelly by about 2.3 seconds around this place. But the battle for second tightening up with EJ O'Rourke and Mr. Mike Kelly right there. Oh, now Christopher's on board with it.
Hey, all I gotta say to the people watching, hit that like button if you haven't, subscribe to Extreme Sim TV, and I know it is late, but share. Extreme Sim TV puts on a lot of shows, and the more eyes, the better. And Jose Gonzalez is hitting pit road once again.
No, Christopher, I don't think anybody can make it from here on fuel, but I think
this would be your first person because he made it 45 laps the first time.
Well, yeah, but it's tires. That would be a problem, I would think, with that strategy.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. It's a big gamble here.
As we get ready to go. And let's see here. Trey out front, Mike Kelly. EJ O'Rourke right there inside that top 3.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if people that stayed out end up running it backwards.
I'm doing it like you would do at Watkins Glen, right?
Yeah.
What about Brad Murphy right here in 10th? What about Scott Simley in that 9th spot? Great run for Scott Simley right there in that number 12 machine inside the top 10 right now. And Mr. Potter says, if you're going to win, you might as well go for it all in learning experience. I agree with that too, Mr. Potter. Oh, by the way, yeah. Mr. Potter, I did notify your favorite person that you were here. Mike Kelly, right there in
Sounds like
second.
you're trying to get him in trouble here.
No, legitimately his favorite person. Howard Alton sitting in 4th. Great battle across the board. So, as we continue to run, I do apologize if you hear a big crash in the background. That would be the cat playing Let's Play rollerblades with diecast cars.
Oh boy.
They suddenly
That's
become something
good.
she could stand on and roll on.
Maybe she wants to go for a late night drive.
Yeah, she's going for a late night drive. She's testing the next year car. Well, don't you know NASCAR is going to get you if you try to test outside of the sanctioned
EJ
event?
O'Rourke and Tyler Dalton are really close together right now. Oh, actually, Mike Kelly is right there with them too. This is a big battle for second place right now.
So right now, Trey out front, leading the way. Mike Kelly in second. EJ O'Rourke in third. So, AJ, she's like, Daddy's picked up new leagues. He can afford my vet bill. Let me go try crazy things. Well, they continue to run here. Not much passing right now, but I think there's a lot of conserving tires at the moment. Michael Overstreet down there in the chat. Boy, we got our chat popping off here tonight, don't we, AJ?
Yeah, this is freaking awesome. Both races tonight have been popping off. It gives us, we can comment on the race, have fun with the chat, comment on the race. I get made fun of. It's great.
It's just great, right? Great. Everything's great. Think about this. In a 48-hour time period, we're going to do, or in a 24-hour time period, we're going to do 4 races.
Dalton makes the pass for third.
Dalton up to third. Right now, Tyler Dalton right now in the 19 machine running third. Put the cat on an RC car and drive it with her on it. There it is. Dude,
that's something for the Facebook page.
Dude, I've got to get an RC car now. He leads the way here. Mike Kelly in second. Dalton has moved to third. Right now, Gary's back.
Two car of Mike Kelly hits pit road. E.J. O'Rourke hits pit road. They hit pit stop about 32 laps ago.
If we can ding it around here, 36 laps to go.
Whoa, Cortland, do you have some Captain Morgan?
We need some.
Oh, I definitely would love some. After this race, I'd go night.
Right out front, leading over Tyler Dalton in second right now. Well, right now, who do you think sits in the best catbird seat with 35 to go, AJ?
Well, I'm really curious to see if these guys that are pitting right now are going to have to pit again, because they were only able to go 33 laps, and there's 35 laps to go. I know they can probably stretch it. The 22 cars hitting pit road here. Hamish Gallagher.
I got a little bit dicey out there on the front straightaway trying to get a number for you, but that was the 30 truck. Just about got turned around by the 41. Much faster race truck. He was hanging on. Lucas, all these trucks one lap down. Again, Brad Allison, the last car on the lead lap, in 13th right now.
Hey, Kimmy just hit the chat. Don't jinx it, caution coming out. Yeah, no kidding. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. And Michael Overstreet. Hey, thank you for showing up. Matt, would you like to talk about the league he is in real fast?
Just give me 1 second and we'll talk all about it, AJ. I'm just checking one thing before I lose my train of thought numbers wise. You want to do that while I do crunch numbers?
Oh, well, you crunching numbers is never a good thing.
I'm over here doing math. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So, Mom, go ahead, AJ.
What is it, Sunday or Monday nights is the Ride and Dirty?
Yes, sir.
And they run some really awesome dirt races. A lot of fun, a lot of hectic. Come check them out on Extreme Sim TV. Michael Overstreet is one of their best drivers. As long as, that stays here, and because I can't show favoritism.
Yeah, exactly, man. Think about this. We're on track to run roughly 10 leagues a week here on the channel in 2022. Absolutely unreal. Come on, let's go for 4.
God!
Oh, what happened?
Tyler Dalton missed pit road. He got off the track way too late.
Oh no!
He also almost got killed by Mike Kelly.
Did he about hit a deer in the process?
Pretty much. It looked like Tyler Dalton was braking but staying on the racetrack. And Mike Kelly just almost ran right into the back of him. That's going to ruin Tyler Dalton's day.
Man, oh man, as they continue. How did we get on a conversation in chat of bourbon and pineapple juice? How did
Someone
this
mentioned
happen?
Captain Morgan, and I said I would gladly take some Captain Morgan.
And Gary's been out front leading the way right now. Yeah, you're right, brother. His night just keeps getting worse and worse for our reigning, defending champion. How's my Paul Heyman voice? Is it doing pretty good?
I mean, yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, if you thought you could do better, you can do it next time.
No, God, no. I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect the great Paul Heyman like that.
The Woods sitting there in 16th right now. And Dylan Woods right now, Dustin, Jermaine. And at the moment, that is the top 16 on the, well now, Tyler Dalton going to drop all the way to 29th with that pit road mistake. So that's the way we set 28 laps to go in the Sim 500 Midnight Thunder Series season opener at Nashville Fairgrounds or Nashville Speedway here tonight on Extreme Sim TV.
Been a very eventful night with the Pony Express and now the Sim 500 as Kimmy is dying in the background.
Yep, Kimmy is dying in the background. Never mind that. As we continue to run right now. Probably what I'm such a caring boyfriend, aren't I? I just keep broadcasting away. Like,
Hell, I would have turned her if that was Jessica, my wife. I would be like, honey, if you're gonna die, die quietly.
exactly. I mean, I'm not saying what you just said. You might want to turn the stream up where you can hear what AJ just said.
Well, that was about my wife, not yours. 22 of Hamish Gallagher going 3 wide. Oh, the 88 of Dylan Salvi backs out of it, so they don't end up going 3 wide.
Yeah. Well, as they continue to run, Bobby Wetzel out front leading. And what about the run right now? I know Wetzel's got to hit pit road, right, AJ? But what a run he's having. So, 26 laps to go. Just stand by. Oh, I gotta show this. Look what Cortland said. Oh, Bobby Wetzel out front leading. Now it looks like Wetzel gonna hit pit road, AJ.
Yeah. This will be people's last pit stops. Well, outside of calling the wonderful people of Sim 500 and their truck series of the Midnight Thunder series, we also do plenty of comedy, apparently.
Mike Kelly. Look at Mike Kelly up there in the race lead, getting after it right now.
Well, he was always up front. Him and EJ O'Rourke, I'm really curious to see what happens with Trey Edison, where that ends up coming out. But right now, it is Mike Kelly showing away about a 10th ahead of Rich Jet.
I mean, O'Rourke, Kelly, Jet, Trey, like you were talking about. What about Derek Stanley right there in the top 5?
Yeah, I think he's another driver that might need to pit, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's 22 laps to go. We're looking at about 11 minutes of racing.
Right. So, I mean, you know, you want to talk about the possibility for cautions tonight. You know, this is what we've seen out of this league most of the time. You know, is people staying clean. Very rarely does Sim 500 in general have yellows.
Yeah, and I go back to their, I think it was Atlanta super late model race when they were side by side by side the whole race.
Yeah, it was crazy. There goes the 12 by
Actually,
the
I think the
13.
race was won by Tyler Dalton as well.
Stanley going to lose the spot assembly there. Right now, as they continue to run 21 laps to go this time by. Josh McElmore right there behind Stanley, AJ. As
man.
well, and there as we
Ooh,
see,
hello.
caution. Caution is out. We'll try to get to your replay in just a moment.
I'm searching. Oh, there is a car in the wall. In turn 3 and 4.
Okey-dokey.
Car.
Green car. You have a number on it, buddy.
I'm looking. Maybe the 36?
Oh, I got it. Oh, man. That was Mike Kelly.
Oh, that was our leader? That was our leader.
That was our leader. What happened here, sir? The 41. Oh, he went to block the 41, and the 41 was like, no, sir.
E.G. O'Rourke. Ooh, big hit. Big
Wow.
hit.
One more look at it.
Remember what I said about tires? If people didn't have any left over. Well, that ends Mike Kelly's night.
Oh, man.
So Tyler Dalton out of the race. Mike Kelly out of the race.
I just cannot believe what I'm seeing here. I don't. Well, I mean, yeah, the two blocked a little bit, but Lucas just said absolutely not, and yeah, it's quite interesting, AJ.
Honestly, I thought that was E.J. O'Rourke.
That was the 41.
There's two 41s.
Oh, there's two 41s?
Yeah, it was E.J. O'Rourke.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Oh, my apologies, because it was two 41s. But, so it was E.J. O'Rourke that got him. And we're back under yellow for the first time tonight. What do you say, AJ? Since we're under yellow for the first time tonight, we go check out our commercial for our friends over to Nerds Doing Nerd Things.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join Nerds Doing Nerd Things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page. Now it's off to the show. Take it away, nerds. From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham.
Yeah.
There we go. I turned myself back on. Now we're good. All right, everyone. Welcome back. And thank you again to the folks over at Nerds Doing Nerds Things. Of course, AJ, the owner, Susie, the co-host, and who else is involved over there, AJ? 'Cause my mind's blank.
You got my wife, Jessica. You got my my co-host's husband, Will. My buddy, James, Carly. They both draw all our art. And Cortland, the quick clip of that is my Nerds podcast.
Yeah.
You know, DC, Marvel, Disney, Harry Potter, Star Wars. Our next series we're starting in the middle of February is Lord of the Rings. And
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. We can go into the Lord of the Rings, buddy.
yeah, I've never seen them before, so I'm really excited to get into it. But let's get back to tonight's race. Matt, with two of our best cars all night out of the race now, do you think it falls right back into Trey Edison's hands?
I think I want to say yeah, Trey, I think it does go into Trey's hands a little bit here, AJ. If I'm being honest.
Cortland, it's a podcast. We are currently really not on YouTube. We are on Spotify, and
all the links should be in the description below.
They are with our Facebook page. And a racing podcast would be cool, but Matt does have one. We just haven't recorded an episode.
And we're back green. EJ O'Rourke right there in the race lead. Great restart for
not anymore. That's the 5 of Trey Edison.
I'm colorblind. Never mind me.
Hamish almost got turned.
Back here, the battle for Hornet, Hamish, and Gallagher and Doe Woods. Everybody else, they're scrambling into 3 and 4. This does not look good, AJ.
No. With 15 laps to go, it is pretty much everything to the wall now.
Yeah, this is put them where you put them and go for it. Potter says cautions breed cautions typically, but not so much in this series or league that we have seen. But the 12
The car gets really tight.
As we continue to rock and roll, the 12 up front, the 31 in there as well. Absolutely all over one another.
Yeah, no kidding. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see another wreck.
And man, these guys doing such a great battle. Gary Sexton up here, Dustin there as well. Back through the pack, some great racing right now. Trucking the wall on turn 4. The 11 getting a little bit of a tag. Wow. And oh man, these guys are putting on a show late in the evening on a Friday night. Cold and snowy out, but it is hot on the racetrack right now.
Let's not talk about the cold and snow. Ugh.
Hey, let's do something really fun. Let's put some black ice down in turn 1 and see what happens. Send the whole field all through the black ice.
Well, that's kind of like what happened in New Hampshire this year, but with the rain.
There we go. There it is.
It'll just go sliding.
Sliding away as Trey leads the way. He's trying to slip slide. Truck on its lid. Where's a truck on its lid?
Yeah, I don't know. You think there'd be a caution?
Where's a truck on its lid? I didn't see it.
Heck of a battle for the lead right now. EJ O'Rourke is right in the tire tracks of Trey Edison with 11 laps to go, it looks like.
Oh, contact and around goes the 57. Caution is out. He's going to lock the brakes up. Everybody going to get by him. Great job by the field, but the goddess of cautions have made her appearance once again.
Well, the 25. Trying to see who the 25 car is. Chris Sawyer clips the apron, gets really tight, and goes right up into George Rincon.
Boy, oh boy, we're going to have us a Tennessee-style shootout here.
You would have shit your pants. I do most of the time when stuff like that happens and I'm in the car. Just maybe a little bit comes out.
Well, 10 laps to go as we continue to work through this one. And man, oh man, oh man, this has been insane. And right now with 10 laps to go, right now, we're going to have a late race dash to the finish.
Do you want to know who has an extra set of tires? And I want to see if they pit.
Who's that, buddy?
Where is it? It's that 30 car that we were talking about earlier.
Oh, the one that you said he was making the right move.
Yeah, well, he could be.
So your guy's taking tires here.
He's taken all 4 along with all the cars that pitted with him.
Well, we're about to find out if it paid off.
Well, I can guarantee on fresh tires compared to 15 to 20 lap old tires, you are about a second faster, but where he's going to start, he's going to have his work cut out for him.
Oh, yeah, it is. I'm over there dying because of the comment section. Okay, so Trey leads the way right now. EJ O'Rourke in second, and No Wood set in the top 3. We have the best commenters in the world.
Dude, I love it when we actually have people that use our comment section. I wish all our leagues did this, because it doesn't just make the racing... Well, the racing doesn't change. It's always going to be good or bad, but usually good on this channel. You know, but when we can't comment on stuff happening because it's literally the same thing every lap, we go to the chat. And the chat gives us stuff to talk about. Back to the race. Then to the chat. Back to the race. Now look back at the chat again. You're seeing the chat, now back to the race.
Exactly. And Herman, I hate that you're sick, but I got some cat litter pan liners if you need to borrow them. As we get, but I don't know who's going to win this thing. You got Trey out front. You got EJ O'Rourke in second. Man, oh man, this is going to be awesome.
You're making me wonder about what I just said. Are we talking about the little crapping of the pants where a little bit comes out when I'm in a wreck?
There's Trey out. So if you're Trey or AJ, you've got to, EJ and AJ, you've got to get a good start. You've got to get a good restart. And
yeah.
I mean, you got to nail it here.
But the thing is, if Trey picks the outside, which I think he did last restart, you need to pinch that 41 of EJ O'Rourke down so he doesn't get that good of a runoff. Am I right?
Yeah, you do. You are a little bit concerned, however, because you've already seen EJ get into the left rear quarter panel of a truck tonight. Yeah, that does have to cross your mind. So, Trey out front. EJ O'Rourke in second, No Woods in third right now.
What a fantastic night of racing. And welcome, everybody. We're about 5 minutes into January 8th.
Man. Here we go.
I speak gibberish all the time, thank you very much. I work very hard at it.
So here we go. Coming to green this time by. And Trey gonna try to get down there. EJ gonna have to get a good restart to stay with him, AJ.
Yeah, well, I am watching the our leaders as the pace truck is about to take the left onto pit road, getting the heck out of the way.
And here we go. Green flag back in the air. Race leaders.
5 with a heck of a launch. It's going to be no contention. Contention? Yeah, what that word works.
That goes. Just go with it.
With EJ O'Rourke.
Man, he's going to jump down the line. Though, look at the run. He's getting off a 2. No contention turns into big contention down the back straightaway.
Yet the 5 does get a nice launch out of turn 2, but EJ O'Rourke is there. He's going to have the inside line. Trey Edison's going to have to pinch him down there. And it looks like it might have worked coming out of 4.
Down the back, the front straightaway once again. They'll see 6 big ones down into turn number 1. Pat scrambling behind them, trying to look for running room. But right now, Trey leads them off of turn number 2. Second place, EJ O'Rourke. Joe Woods sets in the top 3. First, and Josh McElmore right there in 4th at the moment. Gary Sexton in 5th. Harnish Gallagher in 6th with 6 to go. Field all over one another down the front straight away, AJ.
Yeah, they are literally wanting to be in the next position, because you see some drivers just overshooting the turn and just barely missing the wall coming out of turn 2.
Scott Samley trying to make up ground in the 12, can't do it. And Michael Overstreet, I'm going to say the 31 truck wins it. Very big possibility as they thunder off of turn 4. Couple of trucks about to smack the wall with 4 to go. Man, what a night it has been. 4 laps to go here. 5 to 5. cars up front on top of one another. Man, oh man, AJ, this is great.
Now this is truck racing.
Man, oh man, side by side, deep in the pack. We got a couple of them too wide right now. That is going to be around that 9th or 10th position.
That is around their 9th or 10th position.
Great battle. Here comes that 30. Look at your boy there in that 30 truck, making up spots.
He's up 7 positions from the restart.
He's just going to run out of time here. 2 laps to go this time by. Man, oh man, car sideways up in front of the pack. He's going to scramble to the apron. Great job getting out of the way there with 2 to go. That could have been big.
That could have been very big. Could have been very costly. Could have taken possibly the lead pack of cars right out, but he stays out of the way.
Man, and look at the 13 to his outside now. And that Battle Beaver machine.
Coming to the white flag.
1 lap to go. Meanwhile, the leaders have checked out. Can EJ O'Rourke get another run at Trey? Trey has it by about 5/10 of a second. Right out of turn number 2. He'll thunder down the back straightaway now with EJ O'Rourke 2/10 of a second back. The 31 machine, Josh McElmore in 3rd, but into 3 and 4. It's going to be Trey Edison there that's going to open up the year with a win. AJ, here you go, buddy. Trey to victory lane.
Pretty good race by him. If he was up front quite a bit here tonight.
There we go. And the 30 machine with the fresh tire is going to be scored 8th here tonight. Wow.
So he went up, I think, 10 positions from where he started. At that final caution with, 5 to go?
Yeah, man, but Trey gonna get it done. Great job by Trey.
Yep, Christopher Potter, it was a great freaking race because, language.
Hashtag GFR shirt. Right now, a little bit of donuts on the front straightaway for your race winner, Trey.
Chris, come out any night we're broadcasting. You were a pleasure to have in the chat. Pretty much anybody who was interacting with us. Thank you for coming out with us tonight. I don't know do we do interviews in Sim 500?
We do, and I'm going to look here at the all-time wins record. That is Mr. Trey's number 57 for all-time wins here in this series.
Well, Matt, I will let you conduct the interviews. I will grab EJ O'Rourke finishing P2 in that 41 truck. Matt.
Yeah, buddy. Oh.
There you go.
All righty, EJ O'Rourke, Matt in the booth. You got a copy, buddy.
Hey, how we doing?
I'm doing all right, buddy. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, man, coming home second here tonight in an epic finish. Just didn't have quite enough to get there to the guy in front of you, buddy.
Yeah, Trey's just a little too quicker than me, and unfortunately couldn't catch that 360 OTC Toyota.
Well, man, you had a great run here tonight. How was the tire savings out there?
I don't know. I didn't say tires one bit the entire night. I just kind of went from the drop of the green flag, and I feel like every time I say tires in this personal comfort, Papa's Hardware, Gary Mercer Trucking, Chevrolet, it just, by the time I get to the guys that didn't save, I can't pass them. So I took a different approach tonight, and almost worked out. Almost.
You came up just a spot short. But what does it mean to you here, getting a good finish to open up the season here and kind of get going?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nashville, it's a music city. It's a really cool racetrack. Want to apologize to getting into Mike Kelly. We kind of got together. He got a bad exit and blocked, and we just kind of met going into 3. I didn't really have a good angle, and it is what it is, I guess, at this point. But it was a fun race up until then.
10-4. Well, this will be the 245th time that you've got a top 5 in the Sim 500 leagues across the board, bud.
It's a pretty cool stat. I think I wish the win column said 245, but keep clicking them off here and there.
Right now, the win column sets at 31, so you're getting there.
Absolutely. It's anytime you can win a race against these guys is tough, and you got to take every inch you can because you never know when a caution will fly or when a wreck's going to happen. So when you get an inch given to you, you got to try to take it.
Well, man, again, congratulations on just an epic run here tonight, buddy. What's your thoughts here as we move forward in the season and everything that you've got planned out?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to finish next week after I wreck Mike Kelly, so I guess we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, I don't think I'd let Mike Kelly do your bumper. I'm just, a helpful hint. Just don't do that.
Mike Kelly is a good guy. I don't know. We were always race clean together. It's just truthfully I didn't mean to wreck him. It was just one of those things. I was trying to get to his inside, and he blocked me, and he was on 2 tires. I was on 4. Trey was coming, and it is what it is. And we made contact, and he wrecked. So I feel bad, but nothing I can do at this point.
Well, man, again, congratulations. A good top 2 finish here tonight, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone at Extreme Sim TV for broadcasting and putting this on for Sim 100. And I hope whoever's coughing in the background feels okay tomorrow.
Is Miss Kimmy. She has got the cough of I don't know what right now. She's got something going on over there.
Well, best of luck to her.
Yeah, for me. We'll holler at you later, EJ.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Well, AJ, as Kim continues to hopefully get better, what a night it was.
Yeah, dude, what a fantastic night. We actually have our winner up in a different waiting room. Do you want me to bring him in?
Yeah, I can do that. Yep, there
Right
we
there.
go. All right, Mr. Trey, it's Matt and AJ in the booth. You get a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
All righty, man. Victory Lane here tonight. How does it feel to open up the season going to Victory Lane?
It's a pretty common theme when I run Midnight Thunder. I didn't run the last season, so to say, the last season 4 they had, but the one prior to that, I feel like I won almost every race in the season in the championship. So took a break, took some months away from iRacing, and decided to get back at it tonight. So it's good to see I haven't lost it, I guess, so to say. But made a few mistakes, but nothing that really ultimately just cost me the race.
Well, man, you're able to put win number 57 on the board here tonight, league-wide. You're 1 spot away from tying Justin Fuller for 3rd all-time wins.
Yeah, that's something I've been going for a little while. Haven't raced as much as I would like to, but it's something that I've just been chipping away at. He's a teammate of mine, so it'll be fun to either time or eventually jump ahead of him. So it's definitely something I'm watching. I know some people like to say they don't look at stats and all that stuff, but when I do get to Victory Lane, it is something I love to take a look at and see how far away he is.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, if you can get there, if you tie him, you're also going to tie David Cornstalk there in 2nd. So you could go from 4th overall to 2nd, and then one more, and that's staying on Buckingham, but it's going to take you a while to get to him.
Yeah, Daniel's a hell of a wheel man. He races quite a bit in this league. I mean, I think this league runs 7 nights a week. I bet he runs probably 3 to 5 of them, and he's probably the best driver in the league right now. So it's unless he hangs up the steering wheel, I don't see that happening for a little while. I think he's only like 18 or 19 years old, so he's got a lot of sim racing left in him.
Holy cow.
Yeah. He is one heck of a driver. I've actually seen him on the channel before, but dude, you're going to leave here the points leader. You're going to leave here the winner tonight. And hopefully it can kind of lead towards a championship run. And I guess this would be considered segment 1 in 2022.
Yeah, I don't, the season 3 of 2021, I didn't even plan on racing the whole thing. And then I won the season opener, and I was like, well, hell, let me just see what happens. So it's kind of the same plan with this one, I guess. It's usually you get off work and you get home and you do the life thing with the wife and the kid, and then see how your evening goes. And then if I still have any energy left, then I try to stay up and run a race. So we'll just kind of play it week to week and see how things go. And like I usually always say in my interviews, after every race, as long as I get to talk to somebody in the broadcast booth, it was usually a pretty good night.
Yep. 10-4, exactly. Well, again, man, congrats on the win, and anybody you'd like to thank?
Just thank you guys for taking the time out of your lives to broadcast our race, and Joey and Steve and Randy and Tyler and all the admins at Sim 500, all the sponsors. It's been I don't think I've ran a race here since our Cup season ended, so it's been at least before maybe the 1st of November. So good to see they didn't remove me from the league session, and I could race tonight. So just thanks to them, thanks to all the sponsors, and thanks to EJ. He's a teammate. He gave me a little scare there on that restart. I don't know what kind of magic he worked there 1 and 2, but he got a hell of a run and kind of caught me off guard there, but luckily I was able the outside lane had enough grip and I just throttled up. So good run for him. I know he finished the second to me quite a bit, so I know one day he's going to get me and I'm never going to hear the end of it, but thanks to him, he's always a good teammate. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks again, and hopefully I'll get to talk to you next week.
All right, man, see you next week.
All right, Matt, you got one more, dude. You got our P3 finisher, the 31 of Josh Mitchellmore.
All right, let's talk to Josh. Hey, Josh Mitchellmore, you got the copy button.
Yeah, buddy.
All righty, man. P3 here tonight. How was the truck? How was your evening?
Yeah, it was good fun. I haven't raced in the truck for a bit over a month. But, yeah, it was good fun racing tonight. Good, hard, close racing.
Well, man, it was a lot of fun for us to watch up here in the booth. What do you look at here going forward in the season, and what's your thoughts as kind of we get going here with segment 1 of 2022?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome opening round. I've only done a couple of rounds in this series last year, so I'm looking to do a full season this year. So yeah, we'll just hopefully have some good finishing positions like we did tonight, and have a bit of fun with it as we go.
10-4, man. What awesome job here coming through in P3 here. Yeah, really good job to start off the season, bud.
Yeah, I wouldn't, like I said, I haven't been in the seat for about 5 weeks, so I was a bit surprised on how far up I was in the race and stuff. So, yeah, definitely caught back onto it pretty quickly, which is good. And it's good to have my teammate Hamish Gallagher finish behind me in 4th as well. So a strong night overall for the team.
10-4, man. Well, building momentum as the season goes, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All righty, buddy. Anybody like to thank or anything?
Yeah, it's like I got new sponsors this year, Affinity Constructions Australia for coming on board this year, and SW Graphic Designs as well. And also you guys for broadcasting the event.
No problem, man. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out, man, and we look forward to seeing you next week, man.
Easy done. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Well, AJ Capola, man. Well, buddy, there it is.
What an awesome night of racing. An awesome race. This was my first race I pretty much ever watched on iRacing at the Nashville Super Speedway, and it was by far at least very entertaining, even if there were only 3 cautions.
Yep. Yes, sir.
There were battles all night, even when Trey was just pulling away from the whole field and putting a whole mollywhopper on everybody else. It was an awesome night of racing, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Now, that being said, folks, starting next week, Sim 500 will have 2 races for them a week starting next week, and that will be the series, the Midnight Thunder series, and then the Saturday Night Classic 87 series. That kicks off next week. I'm going to be trying to compete in the Sim 500 dirt series on Thursday nights. I was supposed to make a start last night and unfortunately didn't make it there in time, but I'm going to try to get out there for, looks like they go to Wamaland for week 7. So I'm going to try to hit that up. And again, don't forget 7 nights a week of racing. Sunday night, they have their Super Speedway King Series starting back up here in just a little while. So many things that's going on. Thank you guys for coming out. AJ, thank you for staying up with me and helping me cover this one, but I know it's a little bit later than normal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pass out now.
You're gonna go pass out now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a shot of whiskey and go to bed.
So what you should really do, is when you get a chance on a Tuesday night, you should speak to Joey and head over there and run the Super Late Model Series.
Yeah, I'm not good with the super late models. I seem to loop those cars very easily.
Dude, they're going to Kansas this week. Go out there and run them. Everybody in the chat start chanting AJ.
It might happen. It might.
Oh,
Tuesday's
alrighty.
also our record night.
What good point. Well, there we go, folks. Thank you for having a great night with us. 2 awesome banger of a races. We'll be back next week to do it all over again. Until then, it's Matt and AJ in the booth. We'll see you next week. Oh my God.